Like I've been selling. I used to sell just for school though.
Right. So I wanted to get into it. We kind of popping around a little bit. I gotta bring it back. Yeah, I gotta bring it back. I gotta bring it back. We gonna get into all that. We gonna get into all that. So like first, so one like I playing drums at Harris Stowe. When did you start doing that? Like how old were you?
Shit, we going back to age. That was hella ago. I was like 16, 17. Cause I was like
Damn.
I was a junior. Wait, yeah, I was a junior playing for their ass. I did play my junior and my senior year.
So
And that's what helped me to get my scholarship though, low key.
really,
Yep.
that's what to what extreme at the time.
Yeah. That's what got me because I was going to so basically I was already at a high school that already had college electives and shit like that. So I went instead of me going to like Central and playing for them and shit like that, like Central Regional Performing Arts, do
Right.
they Black History programs and shit like that. Woo after wham. I went to Hursto Drumline. Like basically, I had that plug. I'm finna take that player to college because at the end of the day, this going on college credits.
Hell yeah.
So
What
take
do
that
you mean?
fucking opportunity.
Yeah, of
Take it.
course, of
And
course.
I
So
took it and I ran with it.
so what was it like playing in a band?
Man, it was alright. Like the first couple months, it was ass. Really know how to play. Like they like niggas say they trying to learn. It's like you say you in college, bro. You should know how to play these instruments. You understand what I'm saying? Like you in college,
Yeah.
what's the point of you trying to get on the drum line if you don't know how to play none of these motherfucking instruments? That's just the point of everybody else that's in band, including the drum line. If you playing the horn or you playing the clarinet or you playing this shit, you've been playing that shit through middle school, through high school to get to where you is right now. How are y'all getting these amateur drummers?
Boy, let me tell you, because like what I can say, when I was in band when I was in band for the years that I was in band, like a lot of the people that I was in band with, crazy talented. Crazy talented. The issue for us was that we didn't have the right teachers or like support, like when it came to the band, like you know what I'm saying, like we didn't, like our bands wasn't fully funded. We was wearing old ass uniforms, like you know what I mean, like I remember in high school our band director was like fresh out of college, so he didn't know what the fuck he was doing with us. You know what I mean? Like we ain't never get no field time. Like we was the best motherfuckers. Like anytime like we had a parade, like we was the best, you know what I'm saying? Because that's all that they did. All they could do was teach us how to like march and play. So like when it came time for parade time, of course we was cold, but like I said, we was musically talented. We just didn't have good support.
Y'all just had marching band. Like the teacher who we had, that nigga did marching band, concert band,
We
jazz
did it
band,
all.
all
We did
that
it
type of
all.
shit.
We did it
So
all. My middle school teacher, I swear to God, he was the best like music teacher that I had. His name was Mr. Walsh. And he had, let me tell you, he taught my cousin Talisha that's on one of the episodes that's coming out. It would have came out by the time this one comes out. So he taught her, and he was like what inspired me because he was so cold. He was also a saxophone player. So cold. And like his whole band would be behind him. Cause like, you know, the thing with a band and the thing that like going back to the movie Drumline, like if you got a good band director, your band
yeah,
is solid. Your shit is solid. Like
of
if you got a good
course.
band director, like your leader is gonna be everything. If you got good section leaders, you got good drum majors, you got good band director, like your shit gonna be solid no matter what. Like and Mr. Walsh was like the best that I had seen do it. So by the time we got to high school, like everybody had him. My cousin had him, my brother had him, I had him. So that's why we was so like good by the time we got to high school. But then like, you know what I'm saying? It was just like it's crazy when you think about like, you know what I'm saying? Like how the fuck you get that far? Like usually it don't be like, you know what I'm saying? When you love music, you really like you really do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you really do it. You pick that shit up, you read music, like know the nuances and all that kind of shit too. But like I'm getting too deep into it. My bad. My bad. But like when you grow up like reading music like that, and I think that like it forms a love of music. Like when you play music like that, like you learn how to love music in a different type of way. Like when you get to play it and experience it like that through them different levels, like it's almost like you learn like the ins and outs of music. Like I don't really ever think I met anybody that just was there just to be there and couldn't do like what the fuck they is. So you saying that is just like crazy to me.
It was hard. Don't get me wrong. It was hard. It was a lot of hate, all that shit. But
But it's
it
fun
was
as fuck
hard.
though.
True.
It was true. So like how was it? So again, like you said you was homeschooled. You say you were homeschooled for the majority of like your school time. So like what was it like adjusting once you finally went to school? Like were you excited to go to school? Was it like weird, different? Like what was it like?
Man, high school was just full of hoes. At that point in time, it wasn't the simple fact that I was lost in the sauce, but it was just like, at the end of the day, half of the shit that they was doing, I already low key knew. So it was just like, man, let me go up into school, do this work. Let me go ahead and snatch everything in band. Band my favorite shit. Let me go ahead and snatch everything in science. Science my favorite subject. Let me go ahead and try to accumulate some hoes while I'm in it. But that never was my occupation. But I got fans due to band.
Right.
But it was just like, man, you play this, you play that. Why don't you do this? Why don't nah? It's good. Like, adapting to it, it was good to like after high school. Like after high school, it was like because my sophomore, not my sophomore, my junior year, I had got sick again and I had to have another minor surgery. So I could have went back to school and did my senior year,
Mm.
but my stupid ass Obama became president at that motherfucking time. My ass said fuck school and went straight off
Bruh.
to college. I went straight off to college. He had that you could go to a community college for 2 years. If you 16 and on the fuck out, I went and I took that motherfucker, took an understudy in business. What the fuck?
Hey, that's not a bad idea though. That's pretty clever.
And then at the end of the day, when I tried to go back to get into it, they was like, "Oh, you need to take trigonometry and all of that shit." So instead of going back to school, instead of doing my senior year, I ended up just taking it over in a college course.
Yeah. I mean that makes sense. That makes sense. So you said okay. So then you go from high school, but you plan in college, then you go to college. So you went from going to a junior college and that's when you went to Extreme Institute?
Yeah, went straight to Extreme Institute.
So that was
After
your
that,
mission all the whole
my
time. Like you
mission was to
knew.
go to Extreme Institute. My mission was to go to the music school, and at that point in time, that was the only school like in the city that was like for music type shit.
Right.
And then I started it's this girl I started talking to social media, and at the time she was going to Full Sail and she was going for ghostwriting and music production. So at the point in time, it's like, okay, yeah, ooh, that's my plug to get into Full Sail. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But first, let me see how this campus is or whatever. So she was like, hey, yo, it was a concert going on. It was Kevin Gates was there just before he became hot and shit like that. Kodak was there and all of that shit. They were doing concerts and like if you go to that school, you could bring three other motherfuckers. So she had
Yeah.
me as her plus. So I'm in that motherfucker. We live, we VIP, cause she in the session to where she can mess with the audio and shit. In the booth and shit. We all like, I'm like, damn, bro, I need to go here for real, for real. Then after that, I went to some like day of school. They got studio. I'm like, oh fuck yeah, I'm finna leave this Dream Institute, and I'm finna bring my ass out here. But the only
Yeah.
thing I hated about Full Sail class is 24 hours a day, bro.
A word?
24 hours a day. You can have a class at 5 o'clock in the motherfucking morning.
I guess so, because it's entertainment. It ain't entertainment don't run on normal people time.
Yeah, so that school make you have class at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning type shit. But you get
What?
Red
That
Bull for
sounds
free.
crazy.
You get Red Bull for free. If you go there, you can use any studio for free. All of that shit.
Let me
Yeah.
find out. Maybe I need to take my ass to Florida.
You will
Hold
find a look. You
on.
will find. Listen, you will find a lot of artists within that podcast shit, that music shit, that beat shit, whatever you
Hey,
got going on. That's how I connected with a lot of motherfuckers through Full Sail.
let me find the fuck out. Look, it is what it is. Marissa ain't scared to do shit. I might have to go ahead and make
It's
me
in
a backup
Orlando.
plan.
It's
Yeah.
in Orlando, Florida. It's in Winter Park, and they got a part like instead of their dormitory, they own apartment complex. So you can get you a 1 bedroom.
Do I want to be in Orlando?
Do you want to be in Orlando? That's where the bitch is at, though.
We ain't gonna talk about this right here. But
Yeah, we not. But I'm just giving you. I'm just telling you. You thought I'm just finna say something. You thought Texas had some bitches. Take your ass to Orlando.
man, you don't know what I'm saying. I have to get you hip out this shit, but like,
Back to the
bruh,
podcast.
exactly.
Back to
Why
the
you
real
always trying to take me where the
conversation.
sunshine go? All
Hey,
right,
because you
yeah.
asked a question, I can tell you answer.
But nah, like that's kind of dope. Like, so you had 24/7 classes. Like, what was okay? Nah, I know going from St.
It was
Louis to
tiresome. It was
bruh.
tiresome.
I
I
know,
mean, when I went to St. Louis, but listen, when I went to St. But I already had a place to stay when I went to Florida, so it wasn't shit.
right?
I was staying there with her, so I already had my crib, who out the wham or whatever the situation may be. The only thing that I hated though, them motherfuckers like to turn up and make music 24 hours a day. They don't get no fuck if they got class or not. They in class still fucking making music and shit. Come on, bro. Like nigga need to sleep one day. You feel me? Like nigga need to sleep. It's like, but you gotta think about it. You gonna be around motherfuckers who wanna make music all the time when they wanna do this or you wanna do that. You got niggas that's really passionate about
About
what
what
they
they
really
do.
wanna do.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
it's like at the end of the day, fuck school. You understand what I'm saying? We going to school for this shit. So at the end of the day, we could we in the studio today. So fuck the class. Let's make this song.
I
Let's
mean,
do that.
I think that's the part about school where you know what I'm saying, where people be like they don't need school, but like actually like school is like where you build that network. You know what I'm saying? Like even when like a lot of the people that I talk to on the podcast, sometimes like either half of them came from the place that I worked at or the other half came from where I went to school at. And you know what I'm saying? What does that tell you? You know what I mean? Like what does that tell you? You wind up like linking up with people in your interest bracket, people that want to do what you do, people that are passionate about what you're passionate about. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing like being surrounded by people that are doing exactly what the fuck it is that you know what I'm saying you want to do, and being able to link up and get creative with those people and like vibe out with them. You know what I'm saying? You don't get like you get that to a certain extent in like high school and stuff like that. But once you get to college, that's on a whole different level. You know what I mean? Because at that point, y'all are talking about what y'all want to do for y'all life, essentially, if you know what you want to do with your life. So, like, even when I think about something like that, where people doing music and stuff like that, like, real talk, like, this podcast is a job, but it's not a job. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a job, but it's not a job. Like the same way, like I can spend, and even my job, like let's be honest, like I draw. So you know what I'm saying? It's work, but it's not
Oh,
work.
hey, well, I need you to see draw. Man, it's
Yeah.
crazy because my old lady draw too, but she don't want to do it, and that shit getting on my nerves. She talking about you finna make me come out of retirement. Fuck all that. I just need somebody to draw my tattoo.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you passionate about what you do, it's dead ass not work. It's not work at all. Like it's work, but it's work. Like you spend
It's your
time doing
career.
it. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I think people don't always understand that. And I think that was the difference. Like even when I was going to school, I was going to school for engineering, but engineering just ain't something I'm passionate about. So like now when I find myself surrounded by people that actually like what I'm doing, like you know what I'm saying, even when I'm at work, nigga, we all like to draw. We got the same type of temperament. We be on the same type of time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like so we be chilling. It don't be all that. But like when you be in environments where it's people really not in their purpose or knowing what it is that they here for, that's when you get all like the extra shit. It seems like.
True.
But yeah, no, that definitely sounds like a vibe. So